Welcome back to the Raven Roundup Season 2, Episode 2. I'm Ben here with JJ to give you information on all things Raven sports that happened over the past week.
So today we're going to go over the winter sports and interview Coach Smith, the Royal Oak boys basketball head coach.
Yes, we did. JJ sat down with him before their practice. How did you think it went?
I think it went really good. I mean, honestly, he had a good view on the game yesterday. They just played against Berkeley, so
Yep.
you know how to bounce back against Brighton. I believe they play Friday. Is it Friday?
Friday the 13th. Speaking of basketball, last night the boys they did lose to Berkeley, unfortunately, with a final score of 57-44. On the bright side, sophomore CJ Harrison had 27 points.
CJ went off that game, honestly.
Honestly, from what I saw, it didn't look like he had 27. I mean, he did.
Really?
I saw his highlight really made.
What was the name of the kid guarding him?
I think it was Sam Neo.
Yeah, every time CJ got the ball, honestly, I mean, nobody could guard him. He was on fire.
Yeah, he was on fire. He was having a great game. So now let's head into the interview with Coach Smith.
All right, let's go. All right, so we have Coach Smitty here. Thanks for being here, honestly.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so to start it off, how much does reaching your 10th year coaching milestone mean to you?
Oh, it means everything. This is my passion. You know, this is, I have a full-time job or whatever, but ever since I can remember, I love coaching basketball. So I never would have thought I would have been here at Royal Oak for 10 years.
Yeah.
But it's home now for sure. I love the kids. I love this area. And like I said, it's definitely home. So it means everything. I just want to keep hopefully making it better than it was the year before.
All right, so to transition into the game, what takeaways do you have against Berkeley to help you bounce back against Brighton?
Yeah, I think we're just, toughness, competitive spirit, to be quite honest with you. So we just have to match our teams. We're never going to be the biggest team, the strongest team. And I think we got out-toughed, for lack of a better way. So we're definitely going to be working on that in the next couple of days. You know, we play an even tougher team, I think, physically, and they're bigger in Brighton upcoming tomorrow. So, we're going to just continue to get better so that we continue to increase and be better and better. So coming in districts, we feel like we have a chance to win that, and we're going to be playing our best basketball at that time, and hopefully in the process, put ourselves in position to win our league.
Win the league?
Yeah.
All right. So during that game against Berkeley, CJ, I mean, he's been playing great lately. So he dropped 27 against Berkeley in your most recent game. So could you talk about, his impact and, how you see him develop into a playmaker?
No, great question. I'm glad you asked that because CJ he's a kid that has aspirations to play at the next level.
Yeah.
He definitely will be able to do that. But I think his work ethic matches his dreams. So he's the first one in the gym. He's the last one to leave. He works out 6 a.m. in the morning. And so it's just a pleasure to have a gym rat, per se, like that on your team as one of our leaders, just as a sophomore.
Yeah.
He's only going to continue to get better. But, yeah, we know walking into a gym, we have one of the best shooters in the league, bar none, right now. So as he continues to get physically stronger and taller and all those things that come with age, he's going to be a problem, and he's already a problem now, as we saw against Berkeley and early on in this season.
Yeah, and I think Coach Range could really help with that, too, with that weight room.
Man, he's a beast. Y'all gave him props on the first episode, which was awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
But I got to do the same. The man is just, his energy, his spirit is going to be great for not only our program, but for everyone who plays sports here at Royal Oak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so who are some other players that have, play a big role and have leadership on the team?
Yeah, we preach team from top to bottom. There's no big I's and little U's here, but I think on the scoring end, Sam Zeller is certainly, he had, I think, a 26-point game already this year. So he's one of our leading scorers for sure.
Yeah.
We're going to revolve a lot around Nick Hoffman. He's our senior captain along with Nate Rogers. So those are 3 guys that we're really looking for, a lot for this year. We have another sophomore, Ethan Cousins. So we look for him to do big things, use his muscle. We need a little bit of that on this team right now before Coach Chris gets to them. So them, and then there's just a lot of other players. I don't, refrain and mention every single one, but we're a team. We're a total team here, and we all have roles to do from the coaching staff to every single player. And that's our goal, man. Let's go and just compete. And there's just no other, guys that I'd rather be with than these guys at Royal Oak. I love my team. I love their spirit. I love the energy they bring every day. And it makes you want to come to practice and makes us want to, do big things.
Yeah, and I think both with the sophomores, Ethan and CJ, both of them are playing really good, but it's really good that they're young and they're developing,
Facts.
I feel like.
You got it. You got it. You know,
Yeah.
this is a process, so they're going to be totally different players 2 years
Yeah,
from now.
exactly.
I think, you know, our seniors are going to graduate, come back in 2 years and be like, who is that? That's
Yeah.
CJ? Look how big he is. Look how big Ethan is. But to have them playing major roles as sophomores only bodes well for our future. And yeah, it's just great to have guys that grew up in Royal Oak. They went to Rhymes. They didn't go anywhere else. They came here.
Yeah.
Two of the better athletes in school, and they're gonna remain here. We're gonna do big things with them.
All right, so me and Ben are both in the student section at the games. So how important do you think it is to have students come out and support the team?
Man, it's like every game I try my best to come over and say what's up,
Yeah.
you know, to you, B-Mac, and the crew, because it means everything. I think our first 3 games this year were better than most games last year.
Yeah.
So just please, I just implore y'all to keep coming out. It really does mean a lot. Sometimes we don't play very well and you leave, you know, maybe not having as much fun, but just know from a coach's standpoint, it means everything to have people in the gym watching you play. And it gives us that little extra oomph. So on those close games, I think we'll win those as opposed to if you weren't there. So, you know, thank you to the Ravens Nest,
Yeah.
to B-Mac and everybody else, because it means a lot to have you there.
Yeah, and it's not only the support too, it's just a lot of fun, honestly.
Good.
Honestly.
We hope we got some dunkers this year, man. I want
Yeah.
to give y'all some dunks, some nice
Yeah.
basketball, some toughness. So hopefully you'll see better and better basketball as the year goes on.
And Sam Zeller can get up there too, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
So-
he can.
After throughout the season with losses and wins, how do you keep the team motivated? Especially after a loss.
Oh, that's good question, bro. First and foremost, perspective for me. It's all about perspective. So yeah, we want to win every single game, but when we don't, you know, it's a cliche, but it's not a loss if it's, you know, if it's a lesson. So if that loss is going to help us in the future, then it was necessary. We're going to be better because of it. So I just stay motivated by making sure they understand that we get to do this. This is not we got to do this. We get to come out here and hoop. And so we don't want to ever take that for granted. You know, some injury, you know, something can happen where we can't have this anymore. So we just want to keep the perspective where it's supposed to be. Know that this is a game. We want to be the hardest competing team out there. And if we do that and we work hard and do our due diligence, we're going to win a ton of basketball games.
Yeah. So I think that's all we have for you. So thanks for coming out. It was great to have you, honestly.
Man, thank you so much. Y'all are killing this game, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Yeah, of
Thank
course.
You.
And we'll see you on Friday.
Let's
on the
go.
game.
Let's
All
go.
right.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Staying on the basketball topic, ROGB played last night as well, and they lost to Walled Lake Northern. They fall to 1-1 on the year. The top scorers from that game were Hannah Saunders with 7 and Maddie Lawrence with 6 points and 5 rebounds. They also look to bounce back against Brighton, which the boys play too, except the girls play Thursday the 12th.
All right, so let's bounce back into bowling. They had a match this Wednesday against North Farmington. The boys lost and the girls won 23-7. Top scorers for the girls were Veronica Nolte. Is it Nolte?
Nolte.
Nolte with 132 and Alice Mahar with 139. For the boys, Grant Reeves shot an impressive 227.
I'm pretty sure that Grant was the top scorer from last match too, so I mean,
Yeah, I mean, he's been playing really well, so.
he is. He's having a great year so far. It's early, but keeps this on pace.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get an interview with him too. So.
Yeah, for sure. We'll have to sit down with Grant.
All right, so let's go to wrestling now. So the team had a quad meet today, the 11th, at Berkeley against Lakeview, Lakeshore, and Berkeley. So good luck to all of them, and we will have updates for you in the next episode.
Yeah, they head over to Berkeley at 5 today, as the day we're filming this, we're filming this on the 11th.
Yeah.
So we will have an update for you on how that went next episode. Let's move into hockey now. The M1 Griffins won their home opener last week with a final score of 5-4. The Griffins went down 4-0 and came back with an amazing overtime win. Then they had a game against Birmingham United and unfortunately lost with a score of 2-1. Friday the 13th, the boys head over to U of D to take on the Cubs.
Man, we have a whole bunch of games on Friday the 13th.
I know,
huh?
Friday the 13th is a busy day for RO Sports, I guess.
Yeah, I'm hyped for both of those games, the basketball game and the hockey game.
Me too. So me and JJ, we kind of flew through all that information. There wasn't a ton, but at the same time, we got all we could.
Yeah, we got what we could, honestly. There were a lot of games on the same day, like the basketball game. The girls and boys had it on the same day, so we couldn't talk much about the girls' part because obviously we weren't there.
We were at the boys, so
yeah.
we didn't have much information on that one. But we plan on talking about figure skating too, which if you don't know, we're a combined one with Berkeley, RO, and Ferndale. They call it Brofu, I believe. We sat down with Brofu, yeah. We sat down with Colin Bibbs last year. Me and Sam did, and we talked to him about that because I didn't even know they had a team.
Hopefully we can get them in soon too, honestly.
I texted him, so we should have more information on that, which will be good to talk about, as well as Unified, which is starting up as well.
Yeah.
So there will be more sports that we can talk about. So
Yeah, the thing about Colin Bibbs too is, isn't he like the only guy on the team?
he is. He's the only guy on the team and the only person from Royal Oak.
Royal
So,
Oak, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'd be great to get him in, honestly. for
Yeah,
an
it gives
interview.
a really good perspective on that.
Thanks for listening to episode 2 of the Raven Roundup Season 2. We hope that you were able to get all of the updates for winter sports and enjoyed the interview with Coach Smith.
Once again, thank you all for listening and or watching us round up all of the amazing Raven teams. We will be back here next week with another episode. I'm your host, Ben Machiniak.
And I'm your co-host, Javian Johnson, and we will all see you next time on the Raven Roundup.